Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury, the Don on the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I'm doing a paid review. This is paid review 21 QA79. Quick wristwatch check. Tudor Black Bay Burgundy. This is the 41mm monster. Look at that there. It's big. It's very big. Okay, we're doing a Rolex sub review. This is paid review 21 QA79. This is for John. And he said to me, hey Arch, he just wanted an email, but I said, no man, let's do a vid, man. Let's do a vid. Hi Arch, John 36 from the UK here. Don't reveal my full name. As you don't do shit for free, I enclose $50. I've only been watching your channel for a few weeks now. Look at this. He's a newbie to the ArchieLuxury and the Paul Pluta channels. Subscribe to all my channels. But admire your passion for quality wristwatches. I like your phrase that went something like, you can keep a secret with somebody, but only if that other person isn't alive. Also like your no-holds-barred honesty. I also see you have a fine taste in automobiles, etc. I remember a red 420 R104 Mercedes SL during my childhood in the late 80s. Lovely car. A shame I once trapped my hand in the passenger door, but lived to tell the tale. Got to be a nice car if it hurts you, but you still remember it fondly. By the way, do you have personalized registration for any of your cars, and are they expensive here in Oz? No, I'll just answer that quickly. No, I only have a Honda Civic. I've had a couple of cars. I had a BMW just before I turned 19. I got a 318i. It was a demonstrator. Then I had an MX-5 Mazda Miata Roadster. I bought that secondhand. Then I had a piece of shit Ford Mondeo. And then I had a Alfa Romeo 156 Silly Speed. And that killed the luxury bug. But I did have a Pagoda Mercedes, which I was looking after for a while, a number of years ago. Red personalized plates, yes, yeah, they're not that expensive. Depending, if you want a full word, they're a bit expensive. But if you just want your initials with two numbers, it's a couple $100, not too bad. Cars are very dear here, but they don't rust. We don't have salt. Gotta admit, I've spent many years either without a watch or wearing shiders. My first proper watch at 15 was a $60 blue-faced Accurist, which I lost recently. I wore it to school, college, and university. Despite a lack of ultimate quality and prestige in such a treasured possession, memories and nostalgia can linger all the same. To make up for the loss, I decided to aim high and search out a minty Bluesy. This was back at Christmas, before I even discovered your YouTube channel. Can't say I like the trend to favor full steel models at the moment. Nice to have a bit of color in these. I went to a nearby AD and registered my interest for a Rolex 126610LN at Christmas. I was of course advised by my initial email to the dealer that this model was currently unavailable and subject to high demand. I decided to visit the AD in person to have my name on the list. While I was there, I noticed one of the sales staff was wearing a Bluesy. This was the look I really wanted, but wasn't keen on the price hike to get into one. I reckon at the time that merely getting my hands on a Rolex Submariner would by itself be a great achievement. Searching around the internet forums, I soon realized that there tends to be a lot of tricks to be tried and games to be played to jump the queue or get one's hands on a Rolex. My most local AD lost its franchise quite recently. I soon figured that my registration of interest would be just that and probably thrown in the trash. I could be in for an extremely long wait or no follow-up at all. I immediately decided I was going to get my hands on a minty used example of the watch. I really wanted a 1996 T serial number 2-tone blue and gold, pics enclosed. I used to work in IT for a few years with a blue chip company. I'm now self-employed. Boringly enough, I have a large collection of old computer base units that I collected over many years. I'm not sure that they are serviceable and financially sound prospect, even if acquired for free. Internal batteries leak acid and ruin the system mainboard. Circuits also corrode. I do regularly use old PCs over a quarter of a century old, going for you do see for four sums on eBay, and wonder if I have done the right thing nurturing a few bits of old kit. I have 80s and 90s stuff, 386 to be to the very first of the Pentiums. Happy memories getting online. For the first time in 1997 when Pentiums ruled. I have never owned an Apple product in my life, but is more down to personal preference and lifestyle than hatred of the brand. Anyhow, I do realize that this watch has been done to death on your channel already. As you can see, it has everything you advise against. No holes case, non-SEL bracelet. It also should be heavier than I thought it would be. I have weighed it and it is within the correct range. Do you reckon the set, this set is complete, polished much? I do not wish to reveal the price I paid or the name of the dealer. And of course, do you reckon I finally get to make a U-turn on the limited success I've had with the ladies over the years? Now I have the ultimate diver's watch. I might want to take this watch on vacation when I'm able. When you take it off, what do you do at the airport security if you don't want people's grubby hands on your watch? Do you leave it in the open in a watch pouch when putting it through the scanner? Or how do you care for your watch? How do you care for your wristwatch collection when cleaning? What advice have you got for my next purchase? Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon, Milgauss Explorer 2 or something else, RGMT Master 2 1980s two-tone Jubilee models desirable. A mid-80s piece really appeals, especially black and gold. I'm a very busy man, so it's erotic. I gotta write anything at all to you, to be honest. Nice one, Arch. Okie dokie. So he's got a bit of a story there. He's a bit of a fan of the channel. He's just come onto the channel recently, and he's got himself a two-tone. What do I think? Look, it's not a terrible watch at all there. I mean, look, the photos you sent me, to be completely honest with you, they aren't much chop. You used a flash. You've got to try and use natural lighting. Photography is the mastering of light. And, I mean, to be completely honest with you there, using a flash is not a good thing. Looking at the photo, it seems okay. It seems okay there. But, look, I think a sapphire two-tone Submariner is a great choice. It is a great choice. Personally, I actually prefer steel myself now. I must say, I like steel just because it's more understated. Steel seems to be more wanted than two-tone, but I think if you're going to get a two-tone, the Bluesy is a fantastic two-tone to get. So I can't really criticize you for that there. It is a nice watch. So I don't have a problem with that. Look, you've got a tritium dial, I can see. So basically my advice to you is make sure you get an independent to service at a good watchmaker who knows Rolex. I wouldn't want to send it to Rolex because they may change their hands when they do a service. You want to make sure that you don't change the hands or dial. That's very important on these sort of pieces. The no holes case, I don't think there's anything wrong with a holes case. You know, it makes it so much easier to take the bracelet off. That's not a big deal there. The solid end links, I don't think it's critical. Do you reckon this set is complete? Polished much? Well, did he show me his stuff? Look, it looks okay. It looks okay. I don't think it looks over polished. The photos you sent me are atrocious. Let's be honest there. It's hard to tell from the photo, but it looks, from what I see, it looks okay. I mean, it's not super minty. It's not brand new, unworn, new old stock, but it seems in fine fettle. There we go. It's in fine fettle. Now you say, do you think I finally will have a U-turn on the limited success I've had with the ladies? Maybe it's your personality. See, the thing is, a Rolex watch does not make you cool. However, many cool people wear Rolex watches. So it really is a bit of a depends on you. To be honest with you, I don't think the watch really. I used to like to think it would make a difference, but I'm sorry, it really doesn't. Charisma is what you need there. I want to take this watch on vacation. Okay, very good question. So what do I do when I go on vacation? Very fair point itself there. So normally I take a bag if I'm going through an airport, and I take a bag, and what I do is when I'm going through the X-ray machine, etc., I will put the watch, have a few tissues, wrap it in tissues, and put it in your bag with your phone. That way there nothing can be stolen. Nothing can be stolen. So I would definitely not put it through the X-ray belt by itself. That's a given. That's a given. And what I normally do is, let me just show you, I normally have one of these pouches. You can get these from a variety of, well, some dealers give them to you for free. This is a Watches of Switzerland pouch. You can even seat it inside here and put it through. And inside, preferably inside your bag. That's what I tend to do there. Because often, 9 out of 10 airports, they let you keep your watch on, but there's always someone who's take your watch off, so you want to put it into your bag so it's not stolen, scratched, or manhandled. So that's tends to be. How do you care for your wristwatch when cleaning? Well, the thing is this, okay, so basically the best advice, for the beautiful thing about Rolex is you want to make sure the precious, you want to get your seals checked. You can take it, that's why you got to get in touch with a good independent watchmaker who can do a pressure test that makes sure it's still waterproof. But basically any Rolex or a Tudor like this Black Bay, you could just rinse under the tap. That's what I would generally do. A good idea not to have a shower with the watch on, because the soap suds, they get caked into the bracelet. So that's what you want to avoid. So rinse with water, dry on a towel, and then you're set to wear it again. That's probably the best thing I could advise you to do there. That's basically, I wouldn't be using or scrubbing, or just be very gentle with it. What advice have you got for my next purchase? Well, look, I got to tell you, you've got a beautiful Submariner there. It depends what you want to do. You got to work out what sort of collection you want there. Like I tend to think a Submariner is a beautiful watch. It is a really beautiful watch. I really fall for the Submariner. If you want to ask me what would I say to get next, well, if you've got a Submariner, wouldn't some sort of GMT Rolex be great? So here I've got a Rolex GMT in the form of an Explorer 2. It's got a fixed steel. I actually find this to be a very, very useful. It's got an independent hour hand, so you don't have to muck up the minutes to adjust the for the time zone. So that's a fantastic bit of kit. So it's Explorer 2. I'd probably be inclined, like this is a modern, this is the 42 mil. You can actually get the previous version, say same period vintage as your a mid-90s one. That'd be a nice way to go. Another good thing you can do is you could say, well, hang on a minute there. I want to collect divers. Discount. You want to collect divers. So you collect diving watches. So you'd have a Submariner. You might have a Breitling Super Ocean Heritage. That's a great watch. An Omega Seamaster. And, of course, a Tudor. A Tudor. Look at this. A Tudor. Tudor is Rolex's sister company. This is the Burgundy. This was a Burgundy. I actually bought this watch because rumor was that this was going to be discontinued. But no. It was not discontinued. But it doesn't matter because I do like it as a watch. That's a great watch to get. So you could go a couple ways. You could say, you know, I'd like to have a diver, I'd like a GMT, and I'd like a chronograph and maybe a dress watch. Or you could say, you know what, I want to collect divers. So you have your Submariner, a Tudor Black Bay, maybe an Omega Seamaster. That's another way to go. So it's really up to you. Some people like to say, well, hang on a minute, I want to be Rolex collector, just want to collect Rolexes. And I got to tell you, Rolexes are very, very cool. Maybe if you like a bit of blue, what about a Z blue? That's right, this is my Milgauss Z blue. That'd be beautiful blue dial to go with the Bluesy. So there's a number of beautiful watches you can add there. You got to decide yourself which way you want to go. It's your money, your choice. Your money, your choice. That's exactly what I would be saying there. So look, and as for the ladies, look, I gotta say, you didn't send a photo, John, but you know, maybe, you know, it's, I got to tell you the truth there. You've got to try and how to win friends and influence people. And the other thing is, man, how about if you go to another country? There's some beautiful, if you're in the UK, maybe Eastern Europe has some great, I mean, there's many risks involved there, but it could be a good thing for you. So, some guys like to go to Far East Asia, Thailand, the Philippines, but it's up to yourself. You got to work out what do you want. Just like you said you wanted a Rolex, you got to make that decision. Only you can make happiness. You got to work out what is happiness for you. But enjoy your Rolex. It's a great watch. Remember, a Rolex doesn't make you cool. However, many cool people wear Rolex. So that's the best way to remember that. Well done. Nice collection. Did you have, was that your Mercedes or you liked that Mercedes? You said, I also like, I didn't know whether you had that Mercedes or you didn't. Did you? Is that your Mercedes? I love the R107s. Yeah, anyhow, it doesn't matter. You like, we like our Mercedes-Benz. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends. And remember, ArchieLuxury can't survive on Google Ads alone. I really do need the paid reviews. Without these paid reviews, I can't survive. I really do need paid reviews to keep me full-time on YouTube. Please, guys, $50 US. The other way you can help me is sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon people, I try and send an email every couple of days just to keep them in the loop, talking about private things. Guys, help us out. Otherwise, I can't survive in this little niche that I operate in. I need your help. Without your support, I would die. See you later, guys. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.